LinkedIn is the number one business networking tool out there. Plus, it's the only social media platform that's acceptable to scroll at while at work or scroll on while at work, which is why we know we need to have an updated LinkedIn profile. But many of us struggle to know exactly what we need to do, what needs to go in that profile. That's why this training is so fun and so important because I'm going to tell you exactly what to put in your profile to make it really simple and easy so that you can scroll away. So stay tuned. Hello, I'm Sarah Curto, your friendly neighborhood career coach. I'm here to inspire and guide you to intentionally focus on what it is that you want in your career, what matters most to you when it comes to your work, your impact, and your work life. Which is why I drop a new training video here on this channel, my channel, every single week. In these trainings, I teach you the tools of the trade because I've been coaching for 5 years and spent 15 years recruiting and hiring top talent globally, so that you can find long-lasting, not short-term, career fulfillment and happiness doing work you love. So make sure you subscribe and hit that notification bell or bell so that you don't miss a video. Okay, this week we are talking all about networking. Okay, I've talked networking before. You can go check out that playlist wherever it pops up on the screen. But I have noticed a missing piece, so I apologize on my end. I have neglected to tell you, to teach you how to write a LinkedIn profile. So I'm fixing that today because I know it can be confusing. And that confusion is annoying enough. But what's worse is that when we don't update it, then we don't like a post or we don't send a message because we don't want people to come look at our profile because we're embarrassed because it doesn't really say anything or it's not updated or it doesn't look pretty or perfect. We also may see a job that we'd like on LinkedIn, but we don't apply to it because our LinkedIn is a mess. So we hold ourselves back. Well, that ends today because I am going to teach you everything you need to know. This is a mix of what I learned as a recruiter. So I used LinkedIn to find people. It's amazing. You can outsource your search to people like me or like people who were like me to find you. It's also as a coach and as someone who's on LinkedIn a lot, seen all the changes that have happened even since 5 years ago. A lot of changes have happened. And then also from LinkedIn themselves. LinkedIn has an algorithm. We need to know what they want. We need to appease them so that we can be found and we exist on LinkedIn. I know you can exist on it, but if LinkedIn doesn't really like you, it's almost like no one else knows you exist. So we want people to know you exist. Okay, step number 1, photo. It's literally the easiest thing you can do. And now I know a lot of people put up a photo and have it so that no one can see the photo, which I get, but if you have a social media life anyways, you may as well have a photo that anyone can see. It's likely only people in your network can see anyway, so a 3rd-degree connection. But the thing is, having a photo gives you 9 times more connection requests, gives you 21 times more profile views, 36 times more messages than those without photos. So having a photo and then having it set so that other people outside of your 1st-degree connections can see it, it increases the likelihood that you can create a presence on LinkedIn and that you can use LinkedIn to control your career, to bring opportunities to you, even if you're super happy You never know what is out there, something better that could be out there, or something that could make your current even better. So it doesn't need to be a headshot, but it does need to be a photograph of just you. My recommendation is no real selfies. We all have like a selfie stick is better than just a selfie, but most of us have like tripods or something to hold the phone. You can even just have someone else take it. This photo is your first impression. So I do want you to make sure you make it count. Now, I do want to talk cover photo because this is relatively new, like relatively in that it wasn't something I talked about even 5 years ago. I would say this is a nice to have. Don't make the cover photo the reason why you don't do anything, because it's not that big of a deal if you don't have it. So but if you do have the time to do it, then go wild. Ish. If not, then don't worry. Now, how you could use it is you can use it to showcase your personality and your personal brand. If you want to know how to create a personal brand, go watch this video. But you can use something like Canva or just like a wide shot picture. It can be of you. It can be something that relates to your industry or you, but you can have fun with it. Okay, step number 2. Standout headline. So the headline is the words that go underneath your name. It's like the sentence. LinkedIn will automatically populate it with your current job title and company, but it is customizable and I highly recommend you do it. Now, if you are working, you may want business development executive at Siemens, but you may want to do like a vertical line and something else that talks more about what you do. I want you to think about your headline kind of like a tagline. It's a snapshot of your elevator pitch. So if you're not working, you can consider having things like seeking open to new opportunities in your headline. You can have it focused on exactly what it is you do. I generate revenue for clients in this industry. It doesn't make sense, but you get what I'm saying. It can be that one sentence that outlines what it is that you do, what kind of problems you solve, who it is you help. Because the headline is, for number one, it's that kind of first impression along with your photo. But number 2, I also like to think of it as a recruiter looking for people like you. And when we're looking for someone like you, we look at headlines. And if the headline excites us or it shows us you do what we need you to do for the jobs that we're looking for, we're more likely to click on it. So writing a standout headline is key. Okay, tip number 3, a compelling about statement. This is like that summary section, and it's where you highlight and focus your career accomplishments, your aspirations. Now, it should be at least 40 plus words according to LinkedIn. If you are working, you may want to check your company's social media policy. Sometimes they have a blurb they want you to have in your summary, or, it would help in your professional experience. So you do want to check that out. But I would make sure that you really focus on the first 2 to 3 sentences of that. Make them engaging, hook the reader so that they're excited as they continue down. Very rare do people click on the see more unless they really want to know more about you. In all likelihood, they'll just scan, but as they're scanning, they can't help but read those 2 to 3 sentences that show, so make them count. Number 4. The 4th thing you need in your LinkedIn profile, your work experience. Now, before you get started, I want you to remember, this is not your resume. You do not need to regurgitate your resume on LinkedIn. In fact, LinkedIn doesn't recommend it. So I want you to make sure you have it as up to date as possible, because when it is, the profiles that do get 5 times more connection requests, 8 times more profile views, and 10 times more messages than people who do not. Just like a photo, this is an easy thing to do to get your profile noticed, to get it viewed, to get people excited. So what LinkedIn actually recommends is a overview statement of what it is you do, and then having a couple of bullet points that outline or showcase some of the accomplishments. It doesn't need to be as task heavy, the work experience, because of how recruiters would use LinkedIn to find people. They're not as keyword focused. They may focus on 1 or 2 keywords relevant to the job. So you may want to know those, but they're not going to get into the weeds. So focusing on your achievements and incorporating your keywords into that. That's the thing to do. Okay. Number 5 is an interesting one. This is spotlighting your work. This is you taking advantage of LinkedIn's capabilities that a resume just does not offer. So you can upload videos, links, photos, anything to highlight your different successes. And you can do it in multiple sections on LinkedIn. You can do it in the About section. You can create a featured section which highlights certain things, and you can do it within each of those work experiences. It is incredible. It adds credibility. It adds excitement. It adds an aesthetically pleasing feeling of your profile. So it really makes it more dynamic. It makes you more visually appealing, and it pops to the visitor. So again, you can add them to the About, to a featured section, or in each individual work experience. Number 6, this one people really don't put enough effort into. This is your skills section. This is where the keywords really come to play. Now, LinkedIn allows you to have 50 skills. Yeah, 5 times 10, 50 skills. So you may think that's like a ton, but I want you to think that there is 5 different ways to say one single thing. So I'm going to use customer service as an example. We have customer service. We have client management. We have client experience. We have customer success. We have so many different ones. So you can easily take one skill and find the different ways to say it. And that will quickly bump it up. Now, LinkedIn has just rolled out a new feature, which is amazing in my opinion, where you can state where you used those skills. And the amazing thing is, what I love the look of this on LinkedIn, is it will automatically populate them under the job you did them at. So now when a recruiter or someone is looking at your profile, they see that opening paragraph that outlines what it is you do. They see a couple of bullet points that highlight the accomplishments you've done. And then there's a little skills colon with the skills that you used in that job. I love it. Looks so great. So definitely get as many hard and soft skills, max out that 50. That's really what I want you to do on your profile. Okay, tip number 7 is don't forget a hodgepodge of things. So make sure your education is outlined and updated, and include all your courses, certifications, obviously any college, university. Do not include high school unless you are like in university yourself. If you have graduated from university, it's time to take the high school out. I want you to have any volunteer work on there, like having a volunteer section. Make sure to include your location of where you want to be working, and also upload any awards and accomplishments that you have been awarded. There is a section for that. So maximizing the use of LinkedIn is going to be to your immense benefit. And you can use some of your work time, because some of this is for your work. A lot of companies now require many of their employees to be somewhat externally facing. So 100% you can be doing this during your work time. So let me know in the comments, what are you going to start with first? And now, if you want more help on LinkedIn, there are 2 different ways that I can help. Number 1 is my resume course. So I don't know if you know this, but the Resumes That Get Interviews digital course is kind of like 4 courses in one, because you get the how to write a resume with all the templates and the sample and all of that. You also get bonus, how to write an engaging cover letter with some samples in there. Then you also get how to write your LinkedIn profile. So me telling you exactly, literally line by line, what you need to be writing in your LinkedIn profile. And then lastly is the video resume, how to create a video resume with a script on what you can say. So it's 4 courses in one. There's only a couple weeks left on the price of $49 until it doubles in December. So if you're watching this at a later point in time, it has increased, but still at less than $100 for 4 of my flagship courses. It's like a steal of a price. It will get you interviews. It will have your LinkedIn creating the reputation that you want to be created out in the world. And lastly, if you just want me to write it yourself, you can hire me to write it myself. So you can look at the link below in the description section, and I will send you to the place where you can find out more about resume writing. But comment below with what you're going to start with first. I will see you next week with another wonderful training. So don't forget to hit the notification buttons. I'll see you then. Bye. If this training resonated with you, then join the Career You Love Academy. It's my group coaching monthly membership program that takes unhappy workers who are unfulfilled, exhausted, and dreading their days to finding work they love, where they're finally making more money, more of an impact, while having the time and energy to truly enjoy and love their life. You can join us by going to www.sarahcurto.ca/CYLA. Now that's a Sarah without an H. So it's www.saracurto.ca/CYLA. See you in there.